Buddies, Murchid Lama, 50 years in the film industry, and Rajni sir is still kicking ass. But the story, my Loki, why sir? Welcome, guys. Welcome to Buddies and Blockbusters. I'm your host, AJ, and unfortunately, a disappointed AJ, because we're here to review the one and only Coolie. Now, before the fans kill me, I just want you guys to know this is just my opinion. I'm going to share what I thought about the movie. I went for the second day, second show. The first show was all booked up. Keep in mind, guys, this was the much awaited, hyped up with so much expectation. So keep that in mind in terms of where I'm coming from. I got to disclose this. I am a Rajni fan. So I might be a bit biased and stuff, but I'm going to keep it real and honest because there was so much expectation that I had because of the director. Lokesh is somebody that I love, and all his movies, especially his LCU and stuff like that, is just next level. I always love his work, but I don't know what happened here. It's not even the flaw of the cast. It's strictly the writing which puts down this movie, in my opinion. So let me start off with the positive, because there's a lot of stuff that I actually liked and it worked out for me, and I was like pumped up, and I was one of the few people cheering on in the theater because it was getting pretty quiet as the movie kept going, right? So the cast, I'm talking about the entire cast, except for one person, which I will get to later, did an incredible job. I think the casting of every single character was perfect, and the fact that Loki could pull off this kind of cast is just next level, because we have different actors from different industries in this movie, right? So let me start with Rajni sir. Yes, I may be biased, but even in this age, he's kicking ass. The style, the swag, the mass, elevation, everything was on point. I just loved it as when he came on screen. His dialogue delivery is always going to be the best. And you know what I like the most, and unfortunately there was just like bits and pieces of this, it was the flashback moments. And during the last kind of climax and stuff like that, they kind of showcased more of the past of what Rajni and his team and gang was doing. I'll be honest, I loved that more than the whole movie. Like, that was just awesome. Aside from like his swag and his mask and stuff like that, do you know what else was good? The de-aging and CGI done in this movie for Rajni sir especially, top notch, the best, and it was whistle worthy. As when Dalgary is there, there's a couple of scenes where it's like that mass and elevation plus Anirudh's background score, just next level. So he delivered. And the next person that I love the most, in my eyes, I think this person steals the show, is Saubin Shah. Aside from the dance that he rocks the show in that, I'm telling you right now, Pooja Hegde, I respect you and I adore you and stuff for that, but he just stole the show for that Monica song. Now, aside from the dance, his character was just brilliant in terms of being this antagonist, showcasing the menacing component that he has. And there's a couple of back and forth that goes on with his character, shows his menacing side, but it also needs to be good. But then this comedic component as well. All of that packed together, I think what he brought to the table was just next level. And I'm confident that the Tamil industry now would love to see him in more movies, whether it's more villain roles or more comedic components. I think he's just going to get a lot of opportunities because of what he delivers in this movie. And the next person is Nagarjuna. I'll be honest, like, I don't know how he's looking so good. The classiness and the style that he has, whether it's his hair, dress, the outfits for him was perfect. And as when he was on screen, I love the menacing kind of Joker vibe, especially the first half. But I really wish if they could have used him the same way even in the second half, because it looks like they made him a bit more weaker, and the screen time was significantly lesser in the second half for Nagarjuna. The fact that this is the first time he's doing a negative role, I think he needs to do this more often because he just nailed it. The other person, as you all know, Upendra is there. Short period of time. As and when he's there, the presence is awesome. It's more of the mass and the action-packed performance that he gives. Again, screen time is super limited. He delivers based on what's given to him, and I liked it. The other person that I need to give a shout out, which I never thought this would happen, was Shruti Haasan. Like, yes, I'm talking about Shruti Haasan. Because this character that she plays is down to earth, honestly, no makeup for the most part, which is like a new thing, because usually she's like glamorous and bougie and stuff like that. But there's nothing of that. It's literally a down to earth character, a lot of emotion and baggage being showcased. And I think she played the role in the most best way possible. And honestly, it was good to see that because it was refreshing. So kudos there. So as you can see, the cast did a great job based on the characters given to them. It was nothing to do with the wrong casting at all. I think that was perfect. The other piece that was positive was Anirudh. No matter what the movie is, we are in his era. This dude can make a movie feel and look good with his music plus the background score. It's just whistle worthy. You get pumped up. You feel like howling and screaming for your superstars. He delivers end to end, and especially when you go to the flashback scenes and as when Rajni sir is walking and stuff like that, that background score, oof, that's the best, right? So I just love that you can groove to it, and the songs are great. You know, everybody's having fun. Those are the good stuff. Now, on to the negatives, and this is the biggest letdown because this is what we all expected, is the story. And who is that on? Loki. The one and only Loki, the director that I look up to. I'm a huge fan of him and his work that he's been doing for the past couple of years, and all his other movies has been just great, especially the LCU as well as the standalone Master that he did. It's perfect, right? I don't know what happened here. To me, the story, the writing of the whole script piece was just so weak. And especially that one plot line, because that's kind of the main plot line which drives a lot of things within this storyline. As soon as they showed that and the reasoning behind why these events are happening, I think you lost the audience there, you know? And you might win all the fans because you have all these superstars, but the normal audience is not going to connect because of the storyline. And I've got to mention this, no matter how much mass or elevation you showcase with superstars, if the storyline is weak, it doesn't matter, you know? And that's exactly what happens here, because the first half or the first 30 minutes, everybody was in the moment, but as and when the story prolongs, you honestly lost the audience. I was not hearing shouting, whistling, and stuff like that, especially for key scenes where there's a lot of elevation. I think I was the only one kind of shouting and just cheering with a couple of other people, mainly because I think we were just Rajni fans and we just loved to see those elevation scenes. But you lost the general audience because the storyline and the plot was so weak. Plus, you have a close to 3 hour movie. The only reason why people would like stay in is because of the huge cast that's available in this movie. The other negative is, aside of the storyline being weak, it is draggy, because there's a couple of scenes, whether there's action sequences or just dialogue delivery, I honestly feel keeping it at 3 hours was just too much. If the storyline was strong, sure, do what you want, but the fact that you had a weak storyline plus you're dragging it for 3 hours, you just lost me there. I went with my family. My dad wanted to walk out after 2 hours. He stayed back because Saubin, I think he loves Saubin the most. I'm feeling just really disappointed. And, you know, I had so much expectation and because I was hyped up. As and when the reports came in, I saw a couple of negative stuff, but I tuned out. I just wanted to go and see for myself before I judged the movie. Honestly, those negative points kind of are true, mainly around the storyline. It's mainly because we look up to you, Loki. You know, it's really hard for me to say, but I think you should just stick to the LCU. You know, why don't you complete that universe and then do standalone movies? And the one person that I didn't mention, and it was in the freaking trailer and stuff, is Amir Khan. First of all, it's a short freaking cameo, and this dude comes in. I know what Loki was trying to do is to give that Rolex type of feel at the very end, and it kind of looks similar, but again, that impact, Amir Khan is the perfectionist of Bollywood, and the way how you used him was just weak again. It was what the guy looks like a kid wearing like shorts, and just because he has tattoos and taking a bunch of guns and firing them doesn't make you great. Rolex had an impact is because of, one, the way how he's introduced, the dialogue delivery, the way how menacing he is with his eyes, and those shots and sequences was done so good. The only reason on why I was in it was that time they went back to the flashback. And I'm telling you right now, whatever they did with the de-aging, so good. I think people should look into Coolie and the way how they de-aged the characters was just perfect. This should be kind of the standard and improve it from here. And not to put down Loki so much, because I still like the cinematography and the way how the movie looked was just next level. You have that Hollywood kind of look. That's what you expect from his movies. So for the folks who watched Coolie, what did you guys think about it? Did you guys have the same feeling as myself? Or did you like freaking like it and I'm just like a nut job? Let me know in the comments. And as always, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Loki, Loki, Loki.